Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 17 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 17 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 100 samples in my sample collection and my wife has picked 24 at random. She'll put one a day into a blue Glencairn glass and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. This is just for fun, so sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. Shall we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so I'm instantly getting some smoke. So this must be a peated whiskey. There's a slightly vegetal note as well. Yeah, it's like an earthy vegetal, almost like dunnage note. It doesn't seem overly sweet on the nose, but it is quite vegetal. Yeah, definitely. There's a slightly like rotten vegetable note. Little hint of rubber, like bicycle tyres or inner tubes. But yeah, I'm not getting much more at this stage. That vegetable note is ever so slightly off-putting. Wouldn't say it's overly pleasant. But yeah, let's move on to the palate. Yeah, this is very rubbery. I'd say there's quite a burnt rubber note with this. It's quite sweet as well. Very peaty, very ashy smoke, like ashy bonfire. It's got a really nice vanilla sweetness though. That rubber note, it's just because of the sort of burnt rubber in there, it's a little bit off-putting for me, a little bit too much, but I wouldn't say it's a horrible whiskey, it's just something that I find ever so slightly unpleasant. Let's have another sip. Yeah, I think if the burnt rubber was dialed back a little bit on this, I think this would be okay for me, but it reminds me of my early encounters with Laphroaig. I found that very disappointing because of that sort of burnt rubber note. Obviously, this could be something like a Laphroaig. I've also picked up this sort of note on Kilhoman's, but my instant impression is that this is probably an Islay. I don't know if it's got an age statement or not. I struggle with peated whiskies, but I don't think this is overly young. I would say this is sort of 7, 8, 9, 10 years old at least. And ABV wise, I think this could be as low as 40, maybe 43, but I don't think it's overly hot. The finish is really long though. That ashy smoke and the sweetness, that vanilla, it lingers for quite some time, but that sort of burnt rubber note is that's lingering there as well, but it's not as prevalent on the finish as it was the nose and the palate. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, this I think because it's got that slight vegetal tang, which is just about, I'm picking it up on the palate, but nowhere near as bad as the nose. It's making me think that this could also be from further afield. It could potentially be from another country other than Scotland. But I don't have much reference to peated whiskies with this sort of flavour. So there is a potential that it does come from outside of Scotland, but you know, the most common notes I pick up from Islay whiskies, well, some Islay whiskies at least. But yeah, shall we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's a Berry Brothers and Rudd Williamson 7-year-old Oloroso cask. It's 62.3% ABV and it was given to me by Whisky Amateur. So thanks for that. Well, it's obviously an independent bottling of a Laphroaig, so I get points for that, I suppose. It's 7 years old. I mentioned it could be 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. But ABV wise, 62.3% ABV. This definitely doesn't come across as that high ABV. It's very, very light and drinkable. But yeah, this isn't one for me. I'm glad I tried it, especially as Laphroaig is a distillery I don't have much experience with and definitely need more. And trying an independent bottled Oloroso cask version of this is interesting. I wonder if the sort of vegetal note I'm picking up was like sulphur, but yeah, I'm not normally susceptible to sulphur, so I'm not sure. Obviously, if you've got experience with this sort of thing, then share your thoughts in the comments below. And obviously, if there is a Williamson or Laphroaig that you think I should try, then also let me know in the comments as always. Hopefully you found that interesting, and hopefully you'll come back tomorrow for day 18. Sauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.